Preseason went off pretty damn well. It's week 1 now. This is the important stuff. This is where it really matters. Practice is going to need to be a huge, impressive moment. Got to get people believing in this team. Obviously, didn't expect to be in this spot. This team has lots to be excited about. The question is, will that on-paper roster actually turn out? Because they are still very young, in fairness. The receiving game, the offense, definitely looking a lot better than it was primed to be. So this would be a pretty damn disappointing way to start the season with a loss. But at the same time, no one would blame us. So we need to try and just catch people off guard, really. Outside of the fullback, a good start. That was only a nice little start, though. Got to finish strong. We had a straight 5. Then we had a... Oh, wow, what a play by that guy. Hopefully he does that in the real game. Then we had a 4. This one not looking super hot so far. Evan Ingram to the outside. He's open. That's going to be a big target for Kyler this season. A lot of, the play action look. Not sure how much play action we're going to actually go with. Fullback is open. That's a bad play by us. The tail kind of bails us out a little bit. Could try to replicate last week. We will see. Looking for the better option, even though we could have cheesed it, even though it was a decent throw. Evan Ingram just didn't track the ball there. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Of course, Murray getting a little bit stronger last week. +1 throw power, so that's obviously an impressive one. Definitely a nice start to his career. Going against the Cowboys. There's a season goal. What do we believe in? How many yards can we get? We can get 4,000, right? Aggressive, moderate. What about the passing touchdowns? Touchdowns a little bit more wild, in my opinion. I'd rather go with yardage. I think we can easily hit 3,500 yards, right? 4,500 yards is very hard. We're going to go with 3,500 as our goal. Going against the Cowboys. They want us to get 150 rushing yards in the game goal. I don't think that's going to happen there. Zeke Elliott, once again, that Cowboys team is going to be tough to beat. They have some very good weapons themselves. They've got a better defense, better offensive line, that's for sure. This is going to be a tough one for the defense, let alone our offense. So we need to be on our top game because we might have to carry this one. What a way to start it. Thank God it is at home. The pressure is on, but it's probably a little bit less on because at least we have the support of the fans. It's going to be an interesting one. Who's the quarterback for the Cowboys? Did they draft a guy? Is Dak not the guy in Dallas? That would be a huge shocker. There goes Kyler. There goes the team. Zeke the freak. Hopefully doesn't beat up on our defense too much. I'm really worried about that defense. I'm worried about our offense, but that defense is definitely something to be worried about. We will be sitting on the bench to start this thing, but not in a bad way. So seeing the defense, they gave up 3, but that's fine. 3 points is perfectly fine by us. Starting off at the 25-yard line, Metcalf and company. I feel like they have this red. Oh, my Lord. The first throw was almost picked off by the defensive end to Marcus Lawrence. Thankfully, it did not happen. All right, let's get the jitters out. We threw into the opponent's hands first play, which is not a good start. Over the middle, the tight end, and Jalen Smith gets up there for that. 0 for 2 to start this game. Preseason and regular season are 2 very different things. We are learning that very quickly here. This has not been a good start. Looking for the conversion, using the legs to feel a little bit more comfortable. Kyler's going to have to take a hit, and he does it. Gets the first down. That was rough. Got to worry, though, because he isn't, a smaller fella. Let the dreads grow out. Try to change it up a little bit. I don't even know. You wanted to do it? Can't say anything about it. Underneath, very first completion of the young and hopefully long career of Kyler Murray. Goes for 6 yards. Got a heavy formation. Saquon Barkley going to get his first handoff of the season. See how far this thing can go. And Saquon fighting hard. I don't even feel like he was down. They're going to call him short as well. That was a little bit of an unfair whistle blow, I feel. Evan Ingram could be the second throw. Instead, it's Shirley Shepard. Jesus. Not an easy name to remember, apparently. Sterling Shepard for a nice game. Going to look to run again with Saquon. Hopefully gets a better result this time. They got a lot of guys, but we have got a lot of guys as well. We have an improved offensive line. Saquon takes it for another 2 to 3 yard gain. This has not been an easy drive, but we are past midfield, almost to that field goal range. Sterling Shepard could be my look. Instead, we cannot do it. Great job by the offensive line, and Metcalf fighting 2 players for the first down. Started the game off with 2 incompletions. Last 3 have been completed. Nice little turnaround. Can we get points? And there's pressure. Sterling Shepard would have been my guy, of course. Could not get it off in time. Gonna trick the defense. Question is, will we have enough time to take the look? We do. It's a risky one and almost picked off by Byron Jones. Not a guy you should probably test. Please give us enough time to make a play. Gonna have to roll out. That's all right. Metcalf. We had Sterling. Murray again. Gonna try to make a play. Gets popped. And the coach is telling us it's time. Try to fake him. Can't get it. Coverage is good except for Metcalf, and the throw is missed. That is the worst possible look in that scenario. And instead of an easy first down, it's going to be a turnover on downs. He was open. Metcalf could not have been an easier look, and it's overthrown. Dak is, in fact, their quarterback. Did not know who number 11 was, but apparently it was a lie. They don't get down the field very far, so we get the ball back with a minute left in the first. Not really worried about the clock too much. Here goes Saquon Barkley up the middle. Finds a little bit of room. Not a whole lot, though. Only gets about 2.5 again. This is a good look. Right up the middle. He's open, but the line gives up Taco Charlton's spot. 3rd and 6. Now, obviously, we're going to be playing it pretty damn safe on the first game. Don't want to get behind, ahead of ourselves too much. Get behind in the game too far. Quick throw inside. Sterling Shepard. Perfect throw. Metcalf right as we're hit. Great throw. The line has got to do better than that. Saquon Barkley about to get a handoff. Here it is. Great blocking inside. Saquon follows the blocks, gets hammered, but gets a big first down. Play action look to Shepard. A very good route runner. Could see our first touchdown of the season and career here on this play. Looking for someone open. He's going to take a risk inside of Golden Tate, and I believe that man with everything we've got. Couldn't get it off. He seemed to get held up. They're all over the screen, but Saquon gets a little bit of room, but he trips over his lineman, and that's a huge loss of 4. Looking downfield. Stepping up, avoiding the pressure, and another crucial throw missed by Kyler Murray. And this should hopefully be points, but that's a wide open guy, and he just misses. The game was tied up. The Cowboys, they drive right back down the field, and they regain the lead. Going out again. Under pressure, Golden Tate gets the catch, and he's going to do a lot more with it. It's what that's what Golden Tate's known for. Very surprised that he actually joined this team. But it's a good score. This is a really good team. To the outside, a perfect throw. Easily the best throw so far this game for the first down to Shep. Evan Ingram is open, and it's a great throw. Evan down to the 7. I didn't want to rhyme, but to do it. Barkley on this inside. Corey Coleman has a lead block. He does pretty damn well down to the 3-yard line for Saquon. I'm going to try to pitch the ball here to him if we can. Pitch to the left looks good. I'm going to take that. Smaller wide receivers, so the blocking could get blown. Saquon is going to get tripped up by his lineman down to the 1. I feel like he should have cut that in sooner. Could be a Kyler Murray designed run up the middle. I feel like that's kind of a predictable thing, though. We're going to take it anyways. Kyler Murray scores his very first career touchdown. It's on the ground. How else would you really want it, though? Up the middle, perfectly designed play. Great blocks, easy as it gets. No one touching him. Jalen had a chance, but even then, couldn't get him. Cowboys don't want to let us have a proper lead. Right back down the field. This time a touchdown just like us. Play action look. Fullback is open. Great catch. Not a great look by us. Do get 3 yards. Getting a little bit more confident. Going with a 5 wide again here. This time actually looking to throw. And there goes a wide open guy, and it's overthrown. Golden Tate. I'm fine with seeing Kyler roll out a lot because at the end of the day, it's still a shaky line. It's a young line. whatever you can do to get a better look to throw, especially since he is on the shorter side. Inside, that's a great throw to Shepard, who holds on for the first. Metcalf over the middle, perfect quick throw to the youngster. He's a tank, and he gets the first down. It's a heavy run formation, and Saquon's got to follow that edge. Going to give Metcalf a shot, and Metcalf holds on. He did have a linebacker on him, barely beat him, which is kind of rough to see, but he did get it. Great catch. It's not really our game plan, but a 3-3 and a 4 isn't the worst way to go about it. Saquon to the left. Has the blockers. Saquon fighting hard, gets just about that first down marker. Coach wants to call upon the fullback. See what the fullback can do. Not really impressing us in practice. And does a very good job there. I've seen a lot of guys just get hammered and go backwards, but he fell through on a DT. Let's see what can happen here. And makes a tackle break. Evan kind of playing a little bit too passively. We had to hold on to it. And look at the throw by Kyler Murray right to Shepard for the score. Quick design. Caught us off guard even a little bit. And we get the first passing touchdown of Kyler Murray's career. It's definitely turned out much better in this second quarter. The defense hold for once. They do. Defense holds and gives a minute left. He has an option. Who is this? Is that Golden Tate? It is Golden Tate. At first, couldn't tell it was Golden Tate, but as soon as he actually caught that ball that was slightly underthrown, you knew it was somebody good. And who else but Golden? Going to let the clock run, bring in a couple of tight ends in, maybe catch him off guard, think it's a run play. Maybe even should run it, but Golden Tate on the curl. Not a high percentage look, but it is when you're Golden Tate, and he holds on. Kyler under a little bit of duress. Probably waited it too long, but Kyler's going to get out of bounds and get the first. Golden Tate to the corner, and he's going to score. A Golden Tate Kyler Murray connection that entire drive, and it finishes that way. Obviously the other way around, but maybe one time in this season, you never know, find a trick play. Maybe we could see that happen. Just dump it off to Saquon. Not really going to get much. Kyle Vander Esch. Leighton Vander Esch. Called him Kyle many times in the past. Bringing the extra pressure. Under pressure. McClendon. Great design. They had us locked. Deep attack. Metcalf. Got Corey Coleman on the outside, who's a bit of a burner. Let me get a hot release. Cannot. And there goes the legs of Kyler Murray, and he's not done. He's got to learn to not take that hit. Tried to get out of bounds, but obviously needs to just slide if he can't. Looking for someone over the middle. Shepard barely gets it to him. The progressions aren't even that late. It's just the offensive line has been very rough. Able to run away very quickly. Obviously, a lot of quick reads this game as well. You can see Saquon gets about 15 yards off the almost immediate throw. Sometimes I can't even tell who's going to be in, and that is a terrible attempt by the backup tight end. Should have got that. At least get his hands on it. And that's going to be a hit as we're thrown. Thankfully, the ball kind of just falls into no man's land. Trying to get away. Can't. DeMarcus Lawrence brings us down for a 3-yard coverage sack. Looking to the left, we may have had Corey Coleman, but played it safe. Might as well, because we're going to be able to hold on to a pretty commanding lead here with the field goal. 27-20 now after the Cowboys drive down and score a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, very heavy formation. Probably a little too obvious. Going to get nothing there. Would like to run the ball, but it seems as if they would also like us to run the ball. Evan Ingram to the outside. Perfect throw. Really good catch, and he slips away from Gaithers. Almost 300 yards passing for Kyler on offense with Kyler Murray. Up the middle, Saquon Barkley slips away. Not a whole lot of blocking there for him. He's averaging about 4 yards per carry. Depends on where they want to go. And that is exactly why that play is horrendous. Evan Ingram just doesn't seem to care. Evan has had a couple of nice plays this game, but the tight ends in general are very... definitely worrying me here a little bit. Rolling out. It's the right decision inside to Golden Tate, who gets hammered by Gaithers, who's absolutely clobbering some of our guys at this point. That was a third down play, unfortunately. So it's going to be a punt. Defense does a damn good job. Stops them. 3 minutes in the third. We really need to score on this drive. Let's put him in a tough spot. And almost looked like we were holding on the play, and he still breaks free. Got to get a little bit better at blocking. in some trouble, and Kyler's going to barely get out of there for a 1-yard line sack. Got Metcalf on the right. Could just chuck one up. Rolling out. Nowhere to go. Just going to take the risk. What a great play by Shepard. Unfortunately, we're going to be about a yard or two short here. Defense holds him again. Good stuff by the defense. 6 seconds in the third. Going to run a play action because, once again, they are all over the run game for some reason. It's a rough one and almost picked off. Over the middle, play it smart to Metcalf, who fights hard, doesn't fumble, and he actually powers through for a first down. Go with bench. Trying to run up the middle. Not really getting a whole lot of time there. It's hard to survey the field when the offensive line is struggling. You just throw it to Evan Ingram, who's got a bit of speed, gets hammered by Jalen Smith there. But whoever can come up with the first play to break that mold can win this game. To the outside. What a throw. Golden Tate holds on to the hard hit. What a clutch play by both players on that one. Unbelievable stuff. We're going to come with a heavy formation because even when we try to trick him, it doesn't work. So at least we have the personnel for it. Come on, Saquon. Just get a few every time. That's all we need. What a play by Saquon Barkley. 9-yard gain, which is almost just as good as a first down in this scenario. I was hoping he would have cut it back even further left. Great spin out of that. Shouldn't be too challenging at all. Gets the first down. Trying to find more room. Can't blame him. Gets about 6 yards on the play. Very proud of him. May need coach to spice up the run game a little bit more. These plays are looking a little rough. Can't lie. Saquon's doing about as best as he can with what he's got. I mean, there's really not many places he can go with the ball. Over the middle. Kyler Murray gets a block and tries to slide. Can't get there in time. 8 for 80. Kyler killing it in the run game. Wayne Gallman going to get a chance. As long as we don't fumble or throw a pick, we should come away with the 2-possession lead in this drive. Somebody can make a play. We've got Adams in now. They have the guys on the wrong side. Just need one lead block. They get it. Adams, one to beat. And he gets down to the 4-yard line. QB draw. There's only one linebacker on the inside. See if Kyler can get there. Gonna try to dive. He can, and he fumbles at the 1. The worst possible play. However, that could be a safety, and it is. It was a very fine line between being allowed to go backwards because it was his own power or not. And with that second effort, they're going to rule that he did jump in. He could have just laid down on the ground. He tried to continue with the ball, and they're going to say that it actually was his fault. He jumped over the line under his own power. Evan Ingram, and that is a terrible throw. Throw on the run should be his, expertise. Misses that one. A little bit too much pressure on the play. Defense comes up with another stop. 5 minutes left. Offense really hasn't looked great. It really hasn't, but defense has really stepped up to the call. And might be the reason we win this game. Offense hasn't been a slouch, but definitely hasn't looked good in the second half. Evan Ingram not really open. What a great catch on Leighton Vander Esch. Evan down to the 23. Now that's a trustworthy play. The run, Saquon Barkley finally getting some blocks. Tries to make a man miss down to the 3. Let's try to see if we can get Saquon a touchdown. Late throw. It's not going to be complete. Evan Ingram right out the gate. Gets the score after diving. And we have become victorious in our very first game of the season. It was at home versus the rival Cowboys. But the chances of winning if we go up by 16 are so low the way it is. Gonna run up the middle with Kyler. Diving into the end zone for the game-sealing 2-point conversion. Cowboys do drive down for a touchdown, but it was right as the time expired. So there's no question about it. It did not matter. Great game from the tight end, Evan Ingram. Great game from Sterling Shepard. Solid couple of catches from Golden Tate. Saquon struggled a little bit, but their defensive line was ferocious. They kept up with us pretty much in yardage, but they just could not score. The defense did a damn good job. Got to be proud of those guys. Taking a look at the stat line, a 70% completion percentage for Kyler Murray. Wild out. My man, 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Dak did pretty damn well himself, but obviously going to get overshined here. Kyler fumbled twice. One was a pitch, and it was, kind of not a super dangerous play. And the other was at the 1, but it ended up becoming a positive play. 1 touchdown, 84 yards. Saquon with 21 carries for 69 yards. Once again, not a super great performance. these things happen. Receiving, Golden Tate 123 yards, Sterling Shepard 85, Evan Ingram with 85, all three with a touchdown. Good stuff. Zeke, a lot of yards for them. Defensively, the Cowboys were on a tear for the sack department. Chase Winovich with a nice game. No picks for either team. They missed the field goal. We did not. That field goal is huge. Obviously, they would have played a little bit differently if they weren't down by 2 possessions the majority of the fourth quarter anyways. But that's an impressive one. A game that most fans probably wouldn't have seen as a win going into the season before draft. They get it here, and of course, Cardinals, not a super hard team to beat. Could see a 2-0 Giants team by the end of this one, so lots to be excited for. Who was the player of the week? Had to be Kyler Murray. It was Le'Veon Bell with his new Jets team, also player of the week. A lot of new names, new faces on new teams looking strong. Of course, after training could be another upgrade point. Kyler Murray, week 1 was a success. How will week 2 pan out? The Cowboys were on the tail. The majority of the game could not finish it out. So who knows? The Cardinals could shock just like we shocked them. You're going to have to find out next week. See who can show up the most on offense. Is it going to be Saquon? Is it going to be Kyler? Could even be Golden Tate.